All right, we've got the all-new GS20 for 2023. The full updated hull, bunch of new cool improvements that they've done to the boat. Now, how pretty is that? Sitting in a mystic white hull bottom and lower accent. Then we've got steel blue as our main stripe, new color for 2023. Has a tungsten gray interior deck, as well as a two-tone flight control tower with a tungsten base and steel blue up top. You can see we also have the white Chromax, or bright Chromax on it rather. Up top on the tower, we got the standard rotating board racks, Nautique Bimini with surf pockets on the roof, and a pair of 880 tower speakers with the down-facing lighting. We threw some window tint on this bad boy. And look at those new body lines. This has kind of the same design aesthetic that you'd see on our G-Series boats, just kind of scaled down into a smaller package. The boat has less taper to it below the rub rail, which opens up a lot of usable space on the interior. So we'll hop in and take a closer look at some of the improvements on that, and then fill up some ballast and check out the wake. Let's jump inside. All right, on the interior of the new GS20, we have steel blue main with tungsten gray accent, tungsten gray stitching. We also have mystic white piping. So we pop down into the actual seats. You'll see the seat boxing is also in tungsten gray true weave. So it kind of breaks up that kind of flat gray look that you see on the main vinyl. On the transom, swim platform gray with gray sea deck. Transom seating is kind of angled in now, so your feet sit nicely on the platform and not off to the side. A couple cup holders. Big improvement coming into this year is the addition of slam latches for your rear sun pad storage compartments. So you can just step on that and it pops right open. You've got 2,200 pounds of subfloor ballast, so that opens up a ton of room back here for gear. We crack open the other side. Got some life jackets back there. You still have that removable center cushion in the back, which I have stashed under the love seat right now, but gives you a nice step down into the interior without walking on your vinyl. On the walkthrough itself, similar setup to our previous generation GS with the pop-up ski pylon. Push and twist back into place. Let's crack open the engine where we have a PCM ZZ5. We actually upgraded the 6-liter to the ZZ5 on this particular boat, which is a 5.3 liter direct injection engine with 355 horsepower. Offers higher torque than the ZR4, as well as just this overall smoother, quieter operation, a little bit more of a refined feel to how the boat operates on the water. So we're a big fan of that engine. We've been putting it in a lot of our boats for 2023. The interior, if you see from the outside of the boat, this thing from the rub rail down is very straight and versus tapering in like the old boat, which allowed them to kind of push the combing pads out a little bit further to make it feel like a wider, well, it is probably a tad bit wider, although the beam of the boat is the same, but feels more open in here, which is really nice. 20-foot boat. It's great to get all the space you can in here. Still seats 12 people, but I think the overall layout feels more spacious. We still have the trash can under the seat. We still have the cooler under that back starboard corner. We also optioned on the enhanced courtesy lighting package, so you have the lighted cup holders as well as the Nautique logo here on the back of the driver's seat. Our stereo is the JL Studio Premier, so it has 6 of the 6.5-inch JL speakers on the interior with a 10-inch sub. And then we also optioned on the 8.8 tower speakers with the lighting. Two-tone tower, as we mentioned before, looks really nice. Folds backwards, which is great if you need to drive the boat, the tower down. Makes everything really easy. Back corner, they've moved the batteries back a little bit. We added a charger on here as well. And they have this little kind of, there used to be kind of nothing here is like a straight across bench. This dead space you can now use as kind of a storage cubby. Throw your sandals down there or whatever you have. Good spot for them. So we come around. Another improvement is they've removed the plunger seat here and moved the battery switch down here, so it's a little bit easier to get to instead of opening the love seat up. As far as climate features go, we have a heated love seat and driver's seat. We have the 3-outlet heater, so you got the vent there behind my shoes, 2 on the hoses, and then 1 up top on the dash. We have the air dam to round that out, so everything's heated. Another cool improvement, they added the kind of angled love seat cut right here, so it's way easier to open this up than it used to be. Down here we've got our amps and subwoofer. I've got that rear cushion stashed, our boater's owner's manual bag, and then we have the speaker covers option on here as well. But otherwise, just nice storage underneath. Under the glove box, or in the glove box, we have a wireless phone charger, head units, charging ports, music hookups, all that you could need in there. We also did a new SeaDeck pattern throughout the interior trim. I mentioned this in my other video, but to me it looks like wakeboard handles. So that's kind of cool. I'm just gonna fire the boat up and get a little close to the shore. It's a little shallow. Throw it in reverse here for a minute. But heading over to the dash and the helm, got the upgraded leather steering wheel, tandem spoke with that really nice stitching and just that kind of bulky feel to it. Feels premium. Looks really nice. Got a storage cubby on the left side of the helm with a phone holder, charging ports back here, USB, and then our Link Panerai dash, where we have the newer software you saw come out this past season. A little bit more simplified and just easier to use in my opinion. Still got our rider presets in here. You can run all your lighting and climate features, your stereo. You can also do it from the helm command, which is what I'm doing now. Keypad for your ignition, bilge blower, all that fun stuff. Driver's seat has that really cool stitching pattern that kind of matches what we've got going on with the aesthetic on the SeaDeck through the interior. And they've also changed the badging on the seats from embroidery to these Chromax badges, which looks cool. Bimini top also has a, they went back to the single strip of netting underneath, which is nice. Won't whistle on those windy days, but also won't let water settle in here, especially up in the front where it's the lowest point. So that's really nice that they changed that. PTM mirror on the windshield. Didn't mention this either, but you've always had amazing visibility in the GS boats, but they made the windshield a little bit taller and it's got that nice frameless look to it, nice slick modern to go along with the rest of the Nautique lineup. And no, there's nothing wrong with the windshield, it's just drizzling out here today, sadly. Ugly day today. In the bow, same thing. The bow in the very, very front corners is wider than the old boat. It doesn't taper in quite as much. So the bow feels bigger, significantly bigger than the old boat for sure. And your storage compartments underneath have a little bit more space in them, but most importantly, your seating surface area is much wider than it used to be. So you can kind of angle your feet in and sit in different ways. It's just a little bit more comfortable. Cup holder lighting up front as well as speakers, grab handles, but just a nice spacious bow for a 20-foot boat. This boat feels bigger than any other 20-foot boat that I've ever been in, and I've been in pretty much everything. So definitely come check one out if you want to see how this new interior feels. But that's kind of the quick rundown on this GS20. Let's check it out. I'm gonna fill up 2,200 pounds of ballast, get some running footage. All new, redesigned GS20.
you have any questions on this 2023 Super Nautique GS20, give us a call at N3 Boatworks, 317-845-9253.